Okay, this is a tutorial video for the Watershed Analysis Lab. So I told you guys that you could copy and paste the data for this exercise off of the C drive in the computers in the TNR, and then you can put it in your H drive and use it in any PC on campus. The way you do that is you navigate to the GIS data on the C drive, like in your lab manual. You right-click on the NR251 folder and select Copy. Then you go navigate to your H drive inside of private and right click somewhere over here and select paste. And I did that already and see the folder is there. Okay, so here's my Mill Creek watershed. I have labeled my stream orders. I told you guys to do 2 sets because we did them together in class, one of them. I have made them all 14-point font and in bold. So now what I want to do is go to File, Print and Page Setup. Okay, and you want to select Orientation as Landscape and Map Size Page also Orientation as Landscape. Okay. Now it's going to redraw for us, and now we can go to View and switch to the Layout or Map View. Now here we can drag the entire data frame in here, and we can make it a bit bigger. But actually we're going to want to make it bigger than that, right? So let's go back to the map view. Okay, so because that one was a little bit small, I'm going to go back to the map view. I'm going to use this zoom tool and draw a rectangle around this. Now I really want this to take up my whole data frame. So I have labeled these. They are in, again, 14-point font in bold. And now I can switch to layout view. And now within layout view, things might look a little bit different, but if you do not change the scale, see it's 1 to 191, 1 to 199, it's about the same. Going back to the map view, layout view, and now I'm going to drag down, I'm going to use the hand to move the map downward. And you can also just shrink the size of your data frame, which is this inner box, and you can just make it so you don't include as many of these additional streamlines. This would be especially helpful if you are going to print this, which you absolutely do not have to for my class. That is Katie's lab section in spring of 2018. Okay, so this is a pretty good zoom to scale, and again I have that at a 1 to 191,000, about just like I did in my data frame view. So then you can retain these numbers that way. So now what I need you to do is to insert a title. So this title I'm going to call Mill Creek Horton's Stream Orders. Hit OK. And now I have my title here. And now you can insert your legend. So when you insert your legend, all of your layers are going to be here. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to go see how these are kind of odd, hydrology lines, which really we want to label them in a map as streams and water bodies rather than polygons and lines. So I'm going to hit cancel here, and I'm going to double click on the Mill Creek watershed, go to general, and see how you can rename the layer. Almost wrote my last name, Mill Creek watershed, and hit OK. And now your name is changed over here. Now I am going to expand hydrology, and I'm going to double click on the polygons. I'm going to name it water bodies because it's lakes, streams, parts of rivers, and hit OK. And then I'm going to go to hydrology lines and change that one to streams. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to inserting my legend. And I have all the correct ones over here. If you did not, though, you can find them here and select one, hit the arrow, the single arrow, and then the Mill Creek watershed. Hit next. Legend Wizard always kind of takes a minute when you hit next, in my experience. Legend title, actually, we will just get rid of this in the last step here. So just keep clicking next all the way through and finish. Now here's your legend. You want to grab it and bring it down here. And then right click on this, go to convert to graphics. Once you've done that, right click again and select ungroup. Now you will be able to click on legend singularly and just delete that word. And then to convert it back to all being one piece, you select the first one, hold down the shift key, select them all, right click, and select group. Now they will be together and you will be able to move them wherever you like, but I am going to dock them on the left side here. Okay, now we need to insert a north arrow. You can pick whichever one you want. I really don't care. Just make sure you have one. All right, so I'm going to put mine down here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just to look nice. And now you also need to include a scale bar. Insert scale bar, or you can do scale text if you wish to. I personally like to use alternating scale bar too. And now I can bring that down here. And you can also make that as large as you wish. It'll expand the range that it goes in. But yeah, so this would be all you would need. If you do want to save your map for later or have your name on it, you can create a text box here and put, say, let's double click in here. Ugh. So you gotta select it and double click. There we go. And then I can do something like author and then have my name. And then that will be smaller. Again, you can change the font size and type up here. And now you have, that's a pretty good map, I would say. Okay, so now if you want to save this as a JPEG, you can go to insert into your Word document. You can go to File, Export Map. Let's see how long that one takes. Okay, here we go. And here you can save the map type. Okay, I'm running out of time. I'm going to make another video starting now. All right.